It's a cold world out there, and that's why every 1 in 4 women will be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime. The cause of such violent behavior is commonly about power, the power to control another person through fear and intimidation. Domestic violence can be carried out in many different forms. Physical abuse, which is the most common, can be anywhere from slapping to murdering. Emotional abuse, which is more verbal and involves the relentless intimidation and threatening of the others. Spiritual is when using another's beliefs to manipulate and or take advantage of them. And finally, economic abuse, which is when a spouse holds his money or resources from another and does not allow the other to work. These are just a few of many different forms of domestic violence. And so what are some reasons that commonly cause domestic violence?
Okay, so domestic violence is usually caused by power and control struggle on the part of the person who is doing the abuse. It also stems from low self-esteem, low income, a lack of resources, behavior issues, drug and alcohol abuse. The abuser may have witnessed abuse as a child or either have been a victim of that abuse as well.
Victims of abuse sometimes are clueless from right and wrong. They don't know the difference between abuse and love. Some signs these victims may feel, though, are fear of their partner. The feeling that there is something they cannot absolutely not do while their partner is around without getting beaten. These are just a few of many symptoms that victims of domestic violence can experience.
Okay, so when violence happens in relationships, young and adult situations, some reasons could be a lack of understanding of exactly what abuse is. Young people tend to have a lack of experience in relationships, and when they encounter abusive situations, they may question the normalcy of those acts. When you get into adult relationships of domestic violence, there could be things that allow the person who is experiencing the abuse to stay, such as children, financial dependency, social and economical dependency to that particular person. Okay, so people who have experienced domestic violence have a higher probability to be in future abusive situations. They also experience a loss of income and employment. They, in some instances, become abusers themselves. They are disconnected from outside resources. This can sometimes lead to drug and alcohol abuse, homelessness, separation from families, and criminal activities.
Domestic violence is like a loop. When a woman leaves an abusive relationship, she is very likely to fall for another guy no different. When parents are abused, the kids see this and are easily influenced into thinking that abuse is normal behavior, and often they become abusers themselves. Domestic violence is everywhere. You or a loved one can be a victim of domestic violence. Race, ethnicity, level of income, all does not matter. People of all backgrounds can, have, and will be abused. Although we cannot change the past, we can guide ourselves to a better future, one step at a time. I've told you the causes, what causes these behaviors. I've demonstrated the effects that it leaves. And now I'm going to tell you guys what you guys can do as individuals to change this. Stop staring and speak up. If you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, seek assistance. Get that person help. 80% of domestic violence cases are never reported. Don't wait until it's too late. Change someone's life today.